YouTube, how you doing? Alright, today, here's my guppy tank. We're going to do a little update on my cost and savings over the last year of my off-grid system. So how much did I spend on my off-grid system? What is my savings in the first year? And let's just jump right into that. Alright, so I spent, doink, the cost of my system, let's back up here. My system cost about $3,600. From the federal refund, I got $1,100 back. And what I saved on my power bill from the year before is $1,400. So over this year, with my off-grid system and, most importantly, we'll get to that later, all the other things that I did to cut power, granted me $1,400 from the year before. So the first year return was $2,500. So I spent $3,600 and I got $2,500 back, because no matter what, I was going to pay that $1,400 you're looking at right there. So I would have paid that this year if I didn't do this or not, so I might as well put the money in my pocket. So total cost after 1 year comes to $1,100. So I'm out the pocket $1,100 now. Next year I'll save another $1,400 or probably more. So in a 2-year span, I'm going to be in the green, and this is going to start making me money. Unlike those big old giant grid tied systems where it's a 20-year return and all this other junk, I'm already saving money. Alright, so the return total cost of the system is about 2 years. So you figure in 2 years, I want to probably be up $300 to $500 on the system. Now, how did I do it? You know, how does my little system, I have 1,200 watts on the roof, just added a little 12-volt system, but how does that save me that much money, right? Okay, you look down here, solar power, that's my solar system. Then inside the house I put all LED lights. Every light bulb in this place is LED. Power strips, my other video I showed you before, I put power strips in there and timers. So the power strips, when my TVs are not being used and everything, I turn them off. Those are all the little ghost watts in my house that was just killing me. I was running ghost watts and ghost watts and ghost watts. And then I put timers on the refrigerators, I put timers on the freezers, everything else. So the biggest savings, believe it or not, the biggest savings out of this whole thing, to say how did I cut my bill, $1,400, my biggest savings comes down to this right here. Cut the solar out, LED lights, power strips, and the timers. That is your biggest savings. The solar power did some, you know, I took some power off with the solar, but my biggest savings came from the LED lights, the power strips, and the timers. And then inside the house, I went out and I got all LED TVs. So every place in my house there's an LED TV, because the other ones were using a ton of wattage. These hardly run anything. My outside patio right now, so the whole patio in the backyard, my whole backyard up here, everything, this fish tank, this all runs off the solar. So my whole backyard, I have the bar, you see in the corner over there, the solar bar in the corner, everything runs off of the solar. That refrigerator right there is on a timer, that one runs off solar, that's my beer fridge. Everything I have in the backyard runs off solar. My master bedroom, which is right behind this window, that, I have a little strip right there, which you see in the other videos. That power right there goes into the bedroom. So my master bedroom, the TV, the lighting, everything in my master bedroom is off grid. So that's 2 rooms. The kitchen I also run the refrigerator. I have some lightings in there. The refrigerator freezer runs 24/7. That's off grid, saving some power. And then my microwave, I had a microwave, a coffee maker, and a Keurig and stuff, all on the circuit. Well, there's little lights that go on inside those. You know, you have your power. They're always sucking power. So I tested it out, and I was drawing like 15 watts. So I put it on a power strip. So that's 15 watts times 24 hours a day times 365 days a year. Put it on a little power strip. You turn the power strip on. Microwave comes on. You run the microwave. When you're done, turn the power strip back off. That is where I came into my big savings. And that comes down to these, the power strips. The timers. Why run all the power when you don't have to? I know it seemed kind of kooky, but once I figured out everything, I was like, okay, let's just put it all in there, change everything over to LED, get rid of those old TVs that were drawing 250 watts, put ones in that draw 50, 60, maybe 100 watts. Big time savings. That right there is the mega thing. You really got to, if you're going to do your solar, do your solar. But the most important thing, if you want to save some money, LEDs, power strips, and timers. Huge. So that's basically the overview of what it was, you know. So I spent $3,600. Another thing was, you look at this, you say, well, how did you do your system? If you look at my system, you say, how did you do it for $3,600, right? Now, if you're just going to go out and go to Alt East Store and everywhere else, and you're just going to go buy panels, buy everything brand new, well, you could be spending, probably that would look more like $6 grand or $7 grand, right? Well, I went on Craigslist, I shopped around, you know, I bought my inverter for I think it was 125 bucks. Craigslist. All the solar panels I have, Craigslist. I bought them all off Craigslist for 1/3 of the price of everything. Now, some of the stuff I had to buy. I had to buy, you know, the fusing and stuff like that, the racking for the roof, other stuff I've made. So I went and took a lot off of my overall system cost because I wanted to try this out and see if it would work. I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money, so that's pretty much what I did, and it worked out great for me. I mean, you look at that and you say, wow, you saved $1,400. You know, the Fed's 30%. They gave me $1,100 off my taxes. Thank you very much. I sure needed that thing. And then you look down, you know, my first year return was $2,500. And then next year, you know, my final cost comes out to $1,100. Then next year I'm going to save another $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 off my power bill. Boom. In 2 years, this thing's paid for. Now in 2 years, whether I liked it or not, in 2 years I would have paid the same amount of money to the power company. If I didn't change a thing, I would have spent the same amount of money to the power company and not had a backup solar system, not had anything else. I just, you know, so that's what you got to look at. You know, it's the money you're going to spend over time with the power company. You're not going to get away from it. So if you can taper it down, there's where your benefit is. You know, if you can bring that down and start saving the money, even if you don't do the solar and you just say, hey, all you got to do is LEDs, power strips, and timers, you're going to wind up getting a lot of that taken off. All right, well, that's my 1 year review. So people know out there, it's off grid. Look at some of my other videos. Go to my little channel. Look at the videos. You can kind of see what I did and how I got to where I'm at right now. But this does pay off. This is showing you that it actually does pay off. It's not a gimmick. It's nothing else. If you go with the grid tied system, you know, they're great and all. And watch the guy walk in your door and says, I want $25,000. And you're going to float you a loan for 20 years. Even if you were to do this to save the big power, it wouldn't matter because you have a 20-year loan. Your bill's still going to be the same. You're not going to save any money. So if you do the small off-grid one, it's a lot of work. You have to maintain the batteries and everything else. But if you do this and you do it right and you kind of start, it takes a while to get used to doing it. But once you get it down and get the way it works, you're really going to knock off your bill. You're really going to save some money. And my system, you know, I'm going to add to it, but my system here in 2 years it's paid for itself. So for the next 18 years, I'm going to be saving $1,500, $1,600 a year. So the $20,000 they're spending, I'm already getting back in savings. All right. Well, until my next video, hasta la vista, YouTubers.